Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be bringing you guys a new but not new early access survival game. If you recognize it from the title or you don't, that's completely understandable because this is Just Survive, which actually used to be called H1Z1 Just Survive, and they have separated the H1Z1 from themselves and completely overhauled the game to the point where it still is the environment that we all originally liked, but it's the gameplay is so different. And as a mainly PvE player, mainly survival game player, I really like the direction that they're taking this in, and I'm excited to see all the new updates and what they do. But I do want to show you guys this game because if you have this in your library and you haven't looked at it in a while, you might want to look at it again. Often with these early access games, we do end up playing them for about a month or two, and then we move on to something else, and then we go back to it whenever there's a major update. So this is like the biggest update they've ever had, so I definitely want to show it off. You're probably not recognizing this entire area, which makes complete sense because when you're a new spawn, this is where you spawn now. And I chose a pretty empty server I could spawn so I can show you guys around the new stuff pretty easily without having to worry about anything. Now this is actually, if you spawn in, don't worry about the gunfire. You're safe. You actually spawn in a military base here, which is kind of cool. Now it's still open world, but they kind of have added to the story that now not only is this, I guess, the apocalypse phase and the survival phase of this apocalypse, it is now, I guess, the recovery phase almost. So, you know, people are gonna rebuild eventually, and I guess that's kind of the point in the storyline that we're at, where we were found and we were brought back to this military base. If you notice, there's a little guy in here, and you can actually now sell him stuff to get coins, and then you use those coins. Like, this is their little store over here, which don't buy anything from him. You can pretty much find anything you want in the environment, but you mainly use your coins, which you see the amount of coins I have in the bottom right hand corner. You use your coins to buy like stronghold spaces to build your base. So it's a little more organized now, and if you're a PvP player and you haven't been on here for a while, I suggest you go check it out because they've changed the entire thing as far as PvP with the strongholds, as far as like raiding and stuff goes, which I might cover in another video. I don't know if you guys out there are mainly PvE or PvP players, but you know, I do a lot of single player videos where I just show you guys what's new and what's going on and everything. So that's pretty much what I'm doing today. I need to build a base first, obviously, before I can show you guys a raid, so that's what we're going to go do. It's a completely different map, by the way, and it is early access, so this is the portion of the map that we have available to us now, with the idea that in future updates, other parts of the map will just keep expanding. So if you've already seen this update and you know what you're doing, this video might not be for you, but I just want to clear up a few things for people who haven't seen the game in a while or who have just never seen the game in general, since it's so different. But one of the main things you're going to want to do is build your base, and in order to get your base, we have to get coins. So in order to get coins, we have to go out and explore, and I want to show you the fastest possible way that I think is to get coins. Now, when you leave that military base and you hit the road, take a right. This is going to be a little military roadblock, barricade sort of thing that you're going to run into. It's the very first point of interest that's the closest to this army base. So it's hit or miss, but you can find valuable weapons and ammo in this area, usually is what you find. So it is the most high traffic area of the map because it's so close to that base, and just because it's one of the first things. So you want to make sure you do everything as fast as possible, like you see what we're doing here. Grab that loot and run away, because the longer you stay in an area, the more zombies are going to spawn. So you're going to continue down the road here. You're going to get to this little area with some cars. Of course, check loot everywhere, but this is all leading up to pretty much the spot where you're going to get all your loot so that you can get those coins as quickly as possible. But up the hill from those cars, you're going to run into this really huge loot spot. It's got this huge outdoor sort of market area, and it's got a huge gas station and a huge diner. And you'll see me running through here really quickly because I didn't want to hang around too much because I didn't want zombies to start spawning in and running after me. So I got lucky in this instance where there's not a lot of other players also running around doing the same thing, acting crazy. So basically the loot on the tables and also in the cabinets, it respawns very quickly in this area. So you can usually run through quickly, identify stuff like shoes and the backpacks that you're going to need and the other items that you see on the tables there. You can usually identify them, run past grabbing this stuff, and continue running away even if a zombie's chasing you. So I like this little area here. It's got a lot of stuff. See, I'm going to pick up high value items, whether, like, I wouldn't really want the baseball bat or to keep it really, but it's a high value item that I can sell. So the main goal is just find stuff to sell at this point. So this is the little gas station area, and for here you're not going to really be able to identify stuff as well. You're really going to have to depend on that little proximity area that you see there, whereas basically you walk up to a shelf and you hit your inventory tab so that way you can see the things that are on the shelf. See, like, I would have missed probably the gun and stuff like that, so you want to make sure that you don't miss anything. And this entire thing is just going to be about inventory management. You're going to want to look at the items, see what has a higher value, drop the stuff that you're not going to want to sell, and move on. Yeah, like I said, you're going to want to keep stuff that has the value. So you see the bulk there and then the value right next to it, right underneath it. And that's what it's going to sell for at that trader. So now a small stronghold pad, which I'm going to show you what I mean by stronghold pad, to build on, is going to be like 2,500 coins, and they go up from there up to 10,000. Now, I think the pads for 2,500 coins are just fine. A lot of people want the bigger ones, so they go for, the 5,000 coin ones. I think the most expensive is the 10,000 one, which it's a huge thing. I mostly play solo, so I kind of do my own thing on these servers, so I don't need a huge place that I'm not really going to want to grind out and fill up building anyway, so I don't have a giant group of people to go out and grind those resources, really to get the 10,000 base. It's just a bit much, but if you are with a group of friends, definitely go for that 10,000. Probably, if you're lucky, you'll really only have to do this once to get the 2,500 coins. For 5,000, you probably have to do it twice, and for 10,000, on and on and on. But it depends on how lucky you get with the loot, really. But this is so quick. It's such an easy place to start. You get these locations right here, and then you just run back and sell all your stuff. You could do this 2 or 3 times before you even end up tired or need food or drink. And as you can tell, I'm finding so much food or drink too here, just because it is a diner and they do have like a bunch of eating areas. So there's just a ton of stuff here, to the point where at this point I'm like gonna leave some of this food behind. So once you have a full backpack of stuff, you're going to want to go back to the trader, back to that military base where you originally spawned, and basically just sell everything. The only things I would say to hang on to if you find them is probably like 1 weapon if you want to keep it for yourself, if it's something that's really, really good, and keep all the nails that you find, because you're gonna need them if you want to build with wood for your base. It'll be very easy to start if you already have a few nails to build like a box and stuff. And of course, after you sell everything and you are on your search for your stronghold pad, there are stronghold pads littered throughout the map. I believe there's 50 per map. So basically, you're gonna want to go exploring a little bit, but if you want to cheat, there are websites out there that will show you where the strongholds are, but unfortunately there is no way to know what strongholds are already taken on a map, so you're gonna have to go search. But while you search with an empty backpack that you just sold everything, look for tools. You're gonna need a crowbar, you're gonna need a pickaxe, you're gonna need some form of axe to chop wood, and that's gonna be what you need to get yourself started. Now, once you find your little stronghold pad, if it's not taken, it's gonna look like this. It's gonna look like kind of construction-y, ruined area. And when you go buy it, see, this one right here is 2,500 coins. I waited until daytime on a different server so I could show you. But it's 2,500 coins. When you first buy it, you're given a hammer, which will help you take down any kind of things if you misplace something. And this little barrier right here, it's weird. Because this barrier is up for 30 minutes, I believe it is. It's about 30 minutes. And when that's up, no zombies can come in. So you're kind of protected for a little bit initially, so that way you can get yourself going. Now, since I recorded this, you guys, your regular players will be happy to know that they've added shacks back into the game. So now you can actually build a little shack a little bit off the pad, have all protection, a roof over your head and everything, and then you can build your workshop and your forge and everything, and not have to worry about the 30-minute timeline for that protected area. And then, of course, you just grind it out. After you find your stronghold, grind it out. You're gonna need wood. You can now take apart cars. This is the survival aspect that, as a PvE player, I really like. The environment is now more interactive. I can take apart the environment. I'm gonna need steel. I'm gonna need zinc. I'm gonna need wood to start building my base. You can actually kind of mine for resources now, which I think is really interesting. But, of course, don't be fooled. This grind takes hours. Takes hours. But some of the first things you're gonna need is your furnace to make nails, which you're gonna need zinc and that scrap that you saw there, and you're gonna need your workbench so that you can make the parts for your base, which is like the walls and stuff. And in no time, you will have a nice protected area. That little zombie there is like my new best friend, because for some reason they just stand there all the time. It's kind of creepy, but I don't know. It's whatever. I'm not so alone. But yeah, so you see here, you can pick up all this stuff now, which is awesome, because I was able to move everything. But you're going to need, you know, your dew collector, your furnace, your workbench, your barbecue. These new storage containers that you see here are also new to the game. There's freezers, there's weapon lockers, there's ammo crates, and there's tool benches so that you can keep yourself all organized. Anyways, so this is a quick look at this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want to see more Just Survive in the future. I have a few more videos planned for this, but felt like I should clear a few things up, because I feel like a lot of people were confused as far as this early access game and what has changed and why. If you like this video, please subscribe today. After all, it's free. And if you like funny gaming memes, make sure you follow me on Twitter and Facebook, because I post a new one every day. Thank you so much for watching.